Hello, guys. Welcome back again to Vance Empire TV, and my name is Governor. Guys, as I promised you last time, I was to cover chapter 14 or episode 14, which talks of national security. Yeah. So, acha tuone mambo ya national security in Kenya in this series of our Constitution 2010. So, straight into it. This one has got 4 parts. Yeah, part 1 talks of national security organs. Then part 2 talks of part 2 talks of let me see talks of the Kenya Defence Forces. And then we have part 3 talks of the National Intelligence Service, NIS. Yeah, unasikiaga tu NIS. So hii tatuelezea the meaning of NIS and what is their role, what is their purpose in the national security. Then the last part is part 4, National Police Service. Hapa ni makarawe, eh? So this one is also short, some few minutes. I'll be done with this one. So let's see, part 1, the national security organs. Which are these organs? Article 238. Yeah. This talks of the principles of the national security. National security is the protection against internal and external threats to Kenya's territorial integrity and sovereignty, its people, their rights, freedom, property, peace, stability, and prosperity, and other national interests. Yeah. Let's continue. The national security of Kenya shall be promoted and guaranteed in accordance with the following principles. The security is subject to the authority of this Constitution and Parliament. National security shall be pursued in compliance with the law and with the utmost respect for the rule of law, democracy, human rights, and fundamental freedoms. In performing their functions and exercising their powers, national security organs shall respect the diverse culture of the communities within Kenya, and recruitment by the national security organs shall reflect the diversity of the Kenyan people in equitable proportions. Yeah. So what do you understand by that? This one means during the recruitment. That's why you normally see wakati recruitment inafanyika, yeah? Wakati recruitment inafanyika in all the sub-counties of Kenya. Yeah? Watakuja huko kwa area yenu, they will do recruitment to observe this sub-article. Yeah? Recruitment by the national security organs shall reflect the diversity of the Kenyan people in equitable proportions. Yeah? Iwe ni ya police, iwe ni ya jeshi, iwe ni ya prison, prison warder, game, all those organs of security. This is how it is done. Yeah. Okay, let's continue to Article 239. Yeah, the national security organs. So wacha tuone these national security organs ni gani? The Kenya Defence Forces. Nimetoka tu kusema. Number 2, National Intelligence Service. Hii ni NIS. Number 3, National Police Service. These are the national security organs. Let's continue. The primary object of the national security organs and security system is to promote and guarantee national security in accordance with the principles mentioned in Article 238, Sub-Article 2. In performing their functions and exercising their powers, the national security organs and every member of the national security organs shall not act in partisan manner. Mambo ya upendeleo hakuna hapa na ikubaliwi. Further, any interest of a political party or cause or prejudice a political interest or political cause that is legitimate under this constitution. A person shall not establish a military, paramilitary, or similar organizations that supports to promote and guarantee national security, except as provided for by this constitution or an act of parliament. The national security organs are subordinate to civilian authority. Parliament shall enact legislation to provide for the functions, organization, and administration of the national security organs. Article 240. Establishment of the National Security Council. The council consists of the president. So this one is the National Security Council, NSC. NSC. Don't confuse with NIS. This is NSC. NSC consists of the president, the deputy president, the cabinet secretary responsible for defense, the cabinet secretary responsible for foreign affairs, cabinet secretary responsible for internal security, the attorney general, the chief of Kenya Defence Forces, the director general of the National Intelligence Service. Huyo director general pia wa NIS ako kwa hiyo NSC. Inspector General of the National Police Service, IG pia yuko hapo. Okay. The council shall exercise supervisory control over national security organs and perform any other function prescribed by national legislation. The president shall preside at meetings of the council. The council shall appoint secretary. The council shall integrate the domestic, foreign, and military policies relating to national security in order to enable the national security organs to cooperate and function effectively, and assess and appraise the objectives, commitments, and risks to the Republic in respect of actual and potential national security capabilities. The Council shall report annually to Parliament on the state of the security of Kenya. The Council may, with the approval of Parliament, deploy national forces outside Kenya for regional or international peace support operations or other support operations, and approve the deployment of foreign forces in Kenya. So guys, I think this one, you understand this one. For example, Karao wa Kenya, Kenyan police walitumwa Haiti. So this one, it means they have to approve the watumwa. Let's continue to part 2. Part 2 talks of the Kenya Defence Forces, KDF. Okay. The Defence Forces consist of Kenya Army, the Kenya Air Force, and the Kenya Navy. So lazima ujue KDF sio tu jeshi, pia iko na branches zake. Kuna Kenya Army, Kenya Air Force, and Kenya Navy. The defense forces are responsible for the defense and protection of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Republic, shall assist and cooperate with other authorities in situations of emergency or disaster, and report to the National Assembly whenever deployed in such circumstances, and may be deployed to restore peace in any part of Kenya affected by unrest or instability only with the approval of the National Assembly. The composition of the command of the defense forces shall reflect the regional and ethnic diversity of the people of Kenya. There is established a defense council. So KDF wako na their defense council, which consists of the cabinet secretary responsible for defense, who is the chairperson, the chief of the Kenya Defense Forces, the three commanders of the defense forces. So the commanders wale wana represent Kenya Army, Kenya Navy, and Air Force. The principal secretary in the ministry responsible for defense, PS pia yuko hapo ndani. The council is responsible for the overall policy, control, and supervision of the Kenya Defense Forces and performs any other functions prescribed by national legislation. We're done with part 2. Straight into part 3. The National Intelligence Service, NIS. So here and it's short too. This is Article 242. So let's understand NIS ni nani? National Intelligence Service. Okay, the National Intelligence Service is responsible for security intelligence and counterintelligence to enhance national security in accordance with this constitution and performs any other function prescribed by national legislation. Just short like that, Article 242. So if you are asked about the National Intelligence Service, it is Article 242 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Part 4, the National Police Service. Hapa ndio inayo iko wide because polisi wote wako hapa. The National Police Service consists of the Kenya Police Service and the Administration Police Service. The National Police Service is a national service and shall function throughout Kenya. Parliament shall enact legislation to give full effect to this article. Article 244, objects and functions of the National Police Service. National Police Service shall strive for the highest standards of professionalism and discipline among its members. Hapo kuna tashwishi kidogo, makarau wenyewe, they don't observe this. Most of them, they were leaving. Most of them wanapigana risasi wenyewe kwa wenyewe. Some of these police wanalewa, enda kwa maklabu wanalewa, wale wanapigana risasi. So hapa police, they need to change, they need to rectify on this. Higher standard of professionalism and discipline among its members, hapa kuna shida. OCSs, OCPDs, and IG need to have seminars to enforce this article. Let's continue, guys. Makarao ni wetu, ni wanatoka kwa society yetu. We know them. Your brother, your sister, your relative, your uncle is a police, and unajua vile wana behave. You know them. Tunakaa tu na hao hapo. So hii iko shida. Okay. Let's continue. Prevent corruption and promote and hapa ni shida throughout. Shall prevent corruption and promote and practice transparency and accountability. Guys, police hapa. Another one. Tawapia how many marks hapa? 10% out of 100. Hapo iko shida. Police hapa ni shida tupu. Comply with the constitutional standards of human rights and fundamental freedom. Unaonaga watu wakienda maandamano. Hao makarao hawa. Wanapiga risasi anyhow. Last year tu, June, July, maandamano ya Gen Z. Uliona vile vijana walipigwa marisasi. Do they comply with the constitutional standards of human rights and fundamental freedoms? Polisi Kenya iko shida kubwa sana. Na hii imeongelelewa before, inaongelelewa saa hii, itaongelelewa after. Police Kenya iko shida kubwa sana. And it needs to change. Overhaul needs to be done like immediately. Okay, let's continue. Katiba ndio inawaambia hivi, this is how they are supposed to operate. Just imagine kama wangekuwa wana operate vile katiba inataka. Let's continue to another sub-article to see how they are supposed to do. Train staff to the highest possible standard of competence and integrity, and to respect human rights and fundamental freedoms and dignity. Zero here. And just the same thing. All of these ones, yani yenye wana observe like 1%. And foster and promote relationships with the broader society. Yeah. Waniambie relationship gani Karawa wako na society? Yeah. Kama sio enemy. Even kids from our time to Gen Zs to Alpha. Right now watu wanazaliwa ni Alpha. Watu wengine if they see a policeman they run away. So there is no good relation between the police and the broader society. This is what this sub-article is saying. Foster and promote relationships with the broader society. Okay. There's none. Ifikie polisi. Article 245. Let's continue, guys. Command of the National Police Service. Let's say their command. There is established the office of the Inspector General of the National Police Service. The Inspector General is appointed by the President with the approval of Parliament, and shall exercise independent command over the National Police Service and perform any other function prescribed by the national legislation. So hii tumeona hii huwa inafanyika hivi kwa katiba as it is prescribed, even with the just the previous, the current one tuliona vile ilifanyika, the current Inspector General even ndio inafaa. So this one is observed. The Kenya Police Service and the Administration Police Service shall each be headed by a Deputy Inspector General, appointed by the President in accordance with the recommendation of the National Police Service Commission. And this one is observed. The Cabinet Secretary responsible for police services may lawfully give a direction to the Inspector General with respect to any matter of policy for the National Police Service, but no person may give a direction to the Inspector General with respect to the investigation of any particular offense or offenses, the enforcement of the law against any particular person or persons, or the employment, assignment, promotion, suspension, or dismissal of any member of the National Police Service. Article 5. Any direction given to the Inspector General by the Cabinet Secretary responsible for police services under clause 4, or any direction given to the Inspector General by the Director of Public Prosecution under Article 157 4 shall be in writing. The Inspector General shall be appointed for a single 4-year term and is not eligible for reappointment. So term ya Inspector General, term ya IG is just a single term of 4 years. Miaka 4 peke yake anaenda retire. The Inspector General may be removed from office by the President only on the grounds of, na hii tumeona ikifanyika sana, even the previous one. Huyo mwingine ule uliona vile ilifanyika. Okay, let's see. The Inspector General may be removed from the office by the President only on the grounds of serious violation of this Constitution or any other law, including a contravention of Chapter 6, gross misconduct, whether in the performance of the office holder's function or otherwise, physical or mental incapacity to perform the functions of office, incompetence, bankruptcy, or any other just cause. Hapa kwa any other just because sasa hapa ndio wanatumia excuse, wanaweza ingiza tu mambo yao. Hata president anaweza feel tu akutaki ama hujamfurahisha, unatolewa tu na hii. Na hii in this our country you've seen these things will happen. Even the deputy president anatolewa tu na vitu kama hizo. Any other just cause. Parliament shall enact legislation to give full effect to this article. Article 246, National Police Service Commission. NPSC, National Police Service Commission. Okay. The commission consists of the following persons, each appointed by the president. Person who is qualified to be appointed as a high court judge, 2 retired senior police officers, and 3 persons of integrity who have served the public with distinction. The Inspector General of the National Police Service and both Deputy Inspector General of the National Police Service. The Commission shall recruit and appoint persons to hold or act in offices in the service, confirm appointments, and determine promotions and transfers within the National Police Service. Observing due process, exercise disciplinary control, and remove persons holding or acting in offices within the service, and perform any other functions prescribed by the national legislation. The composition of the National Police Service shall reflect the regional and ethnic diversity of the people of Kenya. Other police services. Parliament may enact legislation establishing other police services under the supervision of the National Police Service and the command of the Inspector General of the service. So guys, I told you this chapter or this episode was also short. So we come to the end of chapter 14 that was talking about the national security. So to learn about the national security, we've seen how it works in this country of ours and what is required of them, guys. So our next chapter will be chapter 15, talks of commissions and independent offices. Guys, thank you for your support as well, for the support of Vance Empire TV, for watching videos to the end. Subscribe, guys. Tell a friend to subscribe, yeah? Tell a friend to subscribe to Vance Empire TV. As I thank you again. Thank you for supporting, guys. I insist on that. Thank you for supporting, yeah? Finya kidude ya subscribe, yeah? Finya kidude ya subscribe. And that way, Vance Empire TV will grow to become an empire and a bigger empire more than this one. I thank you for all of you who keep on coming to this channel to watch over and over again. Guys, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you once more.